with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me.
The following is a live presentation of TPC Sports. The following is a live presentation of TPC Sports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to TPCFL Game Time, Season 7, Week 13, Dallas, Buffalo. My name's Meter, and I'm joined in the booth today by Irish Bear. How's it going today?
It's going pretty good, thank you. Definitely excited for this play. Buffalo and Dallas is going to be interesting to see what these guys can hold up against each other here.
Really, really exciting. Susan, of course, in control of Dallas, and such a strong team. Dak Prescott shown right there with some impressive stats, and of course she's right now 9-2. I played her last week and she absolutely demolished me. Such a powerful team in Dallas.
It's gonna be interesting looking at those stats that you pointed out. To get the 13 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, and we're gonna see how well she can protect the ball today against this very, I want to say, passive defense. See if they come out aggressive here.
Right out of the gate, a little pass over the middle and knocked out of her hands immediately. They're starting this drive from the 22, now 2nd and 10.
You see those linebackers kind of dropping off there, covering the middle, taking away those quick little slants.
Handoff trying to get out to the left side, knocked down at the 27. A pickup of 5 there, not bad. And this run game, last game, who is it back there on the run end? Elliott?
Yep, Elliott back there.
Ran all over the Patriots, multiple 80-plus yard runs for touchdowns, absolutely devastating. I'm really interested to see if anybody can stop him.
We're going to see if Buffalo could possibly learn from that and kind of maybe instead of having a 4-man front, maybe possibly put about 5, maybe 6 guys in the front to kind of stop them, sneak up the linebackers. That is definitely an option to take out the outside cut that we just saw.
Throw here right into the only gap in the defense, and that's going to be a first down for Witten.
That was a good zone read. Watching that linebacker slowly drift back. And that's twice now. Number 57 there has been in on 2 big plays.
And that puts him over 1,000 receiving yards. You see the infographic pop up there. Really impressive.
Yeah, he best thing about him coming out of retirement, everyone was making fun of him, but he's definitely shown them, age does not matter. It's all about the heart here in this game.
There you see the stats from last game: 21 rushes, over 300 yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns last game alone. Those aren't yearly stats like you could see from some of the weaker rushers in the league. Those are last week's stats.
That is extremely impressive, especially against a strong Patriots defense.
Run here, makes it to the outside and picks up the first down. Dallas moving the ball very cleanly. A good mix-up. Passes, rushes, moving the ball. Now past the midway mark. 2 out to the left, 1 way to the right. Prescott in the shotgun sends a man from his right side just over to his left. Snap, dropping back behind the 50, throwing, and this one is almost intercepted off the fingertips of the defense, off the fingertips of a second defender, and dead to the ground.
Yeah, she got lucky there. Definitely, I want to say she forced that one. Definitely other options available, but she got away with one. Hopefully she capitalized on that.
Prescott sending a man in motion again. Handoff fake, looking downfield, throwing it deep, double coverage, and this one is held onto. Oh my goodness.
What a catch with the safety behind in the corner in the front. Well played by the defense, but just an even better catch.
Absolutely beautiful, and they've already punctured their way into the red zone, the 18-yard line now, and looking for some touchdown early. Just over 2 minutes now gone off the clock. 2 to the left, I formation, tight end on the right side, handoff heading out to the right, getting past the first guy, beautiful duck back in, and doesn't get the block he needs, but Elliott, regardless, picks up 4 yards on what could have been devastating loss.
Could have easily been at least a 3-yard, maybe 2-yard loss, but that little cut back in towards the numbers. No blocking on the outside, so she did the right thing to cut back in the middle.
High snap, handoff, jukes right past the first guy. What a run.
Yeah, this is, I believe that might be the first run up the middle, and that was a nice little juke to get away from there in that first guy.
Exceptionally done. It brings them halfway through the red zone to my favorite part of the field. Deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone, the 7-yard line, next stop end zone. Throws it right in and down into the paint, and that's 6 points, Dallas.
That was a nice in-cut. Surprised to see Buffalo did not drop the linebackers. They've been doing pretty much the whole entire drive.
Exceptional drive every step of the way, completed passes, finding the open man, and of course some great running to back it all up. That's going to keep this defense on their toes, or in this case, on their heels.
If we go off that first drive, I believe Elliott is going to have another monster game, and I would not be surprised to see him possibly get another 300-yard game.
Exceptional, 78 yards in just over 3 minutes, 10 plays, and 7 points. By the numbers, Dallas out to a very good early lead. Let's see how their defense goes.
That's going to be big here. Buffalo, they do have their little spurts, so we're going to see if they can just kind of answer back. Momentum is going to be huge for them here in Dallas as well.
So they get stuffed on the 22-yard line. The kick right to the edge of the end zone, forcing the run out. And they ran straight ahead past all of their defense and right into the oncoming onslaught.
So if you're a Buffalo here, what would you be your main guess? I say come out just throwing strong.
Came out throwing awful throw right at the defense, and luckily not intercepted, but probably should have been.
That was impressive defense there. Just think it was 4-man rush, and everyone else dropped back into a nice little zone.
I think if anybody is unqualified to talk about how to beat Dallas, it's me.
I think it's just Elliott just had a fantastic game.
Throw over to the left here on a nice little stop curl route, and there's a first down right out of the gate.
Yeah, it's showing ate that zone right there. That curl route is very deadly against any kind of zone if you don't have that linebacker split out.
Little handoff out to the right side. Just gets over the hash marks before he's taken down. A small gain of 2 on that.
Nice little bull rush over there, over the defender. And right now, this defense is showing a little bit of emptiness in that middle there.
Snap here, handoff, trying to rush right up the middle and stopped hard at the 40. Another 2-yard gain, but 2 yards per carry is not going to get you there.
This puts them in a very, very dangerous third down, and I believe this is going to be a huge third down. They need to answer, try to get Dallas out of their momentum.
Defense falls back, looking, throwing, wide open, and there's a first down right there onto the other side of the field from the 40 to the opponent's 42.
That was great out pattern by the slot receiver. Who was that? Was Baisley coming in there. Impressive.
You saw the shift there from the defense. I don't know if they started out with some closer in zone or if they were going for a blitz, but shifted to falling all the way back, and that left that zone wide open there.
Yeah, middle by the numbers is a very deadly spot for any kind of defense, especially if there's any out routes come from the slot receivers or those tight ends right off the line.
Jumpy at the line. Dallas steps over clearly, and they're going to eat a penalty here. 5 yards, setting up a 1st and 5 now for Buffalo. Buffalo in a very good situation. What do you do here when you have a 1st and short now, a 1st and 5?
I would go off what the defense gave you that last play lineup. They had 6 guys in the box, both linebackers right in the middle of that offensive defensive line. So I just might possibly go with a little play action here.
Ooh, I like that idea. Take a shot downfield while you have the room to wiggle. Throw here, right over the middle. It looked like he was going for the guy behind, and the big man out front snapped it out of the air, ran it forward, and there's a first down.
Yeah, I think that might have been the better play because it looks like that receiver wasn't going to get far anyways with that corner kind of floating around the sideline. But that tight end kind of snagging it and bringing it up for, I think, maybe at least additional 5 yards than what that receiver would have gotten.
Less than a minute left in the 1st, and Buffalo has been answering Dallas's very strong drive with one of their own, now moving the ball all the way to the 22, and the clock's still moving.
Yeah, it's going to be – I want to see if Dallas is going to kind of give any pressure. They kind of been dropping back this whole entire play. Now that the red zone is coming up, this field is definitely a lot shorter.
Snap here, looking, throwing short to the right side. He's got some room and taken down finally at the 13, but well through the red zone now, deep to 2nd and 2.
Yeah, still dropping back, and now this is going to be tough for Buffalo as they, dropping back into the zone is going to help Dallas big time in the red zone.
And that ends the 1st. Nobody in the backfield there. Very fascinating, but Buffalo eating more time off the clock without a point yet. And Dallas was able to put 7 up, putting the pressure on Buffalo. It doesn't seem like it's phased them too much thus far.
No, not at all. Buffalo trying to answer back with a run game of their own, not working. And I love how they changed their game plan kind of mid-drive, realizing that run was not going to work and kind of pretty much going the on path.
As you say that, another run attempt, this one taken forward to the line of scrimmage. They'll be set up now for a 3rd and 1. It looked like he had all day to run, but by the time he got there, Dallas had swarmed.
It almost looked like a bad handoff, kind of just carrying that football way out in his right hand. Don't know exactly what happened there, but like you said, huge gap, filled up quick.
Another run attempt, this time breaking through, and there's a first down.
That impressive impressive push by that middle offensive line. They were up at least 3-4 yards past that first down marker. Great push.
Through the red zone now, into the red hot zone, the 8-yard line. No more first downs to be had. The only option now is points on the board, and that's surely what Buffalo wants here. Thank you all for joining us for this presentation at TPCFL by TPC Sports. Check us out over on Facebook, facebook.com/TPC Sports Live, and get some stats and updates right there. Find out when we're going live and watch the games. Never miss a game. TP Sports Live on Facebook. Lateral out to the left side, taken down well behind the line of scrimmage here. That's going to be a huge loss and taken out of the red hot zone, back into the regular red zone.
Yeah, that was some horrible blocking as the offensive lineman out there and just let the linebacker sneak right through. Actually, I don't know if that was the fullback or the offensive line, but horrible blocking.
Now a 2nd and goal with more than a normal first down on their plate. 13 yards to get going here. One out wide on either side. Quick throw over to the left side and smothered for another loss. 2 awful plays by Buffalo, or you could say 2 exceptional plays by the Dallas defense.
Now, we also can't forget this might be a little blessing in disguise for Buffalo, as that does give them a little more room to work with, and it might spread that zone defense out a lot, because I'm seeing a lot of zone, very little man-to-man coverage. So Buffalo actually could capitalize on this, but right now, the way this momentum's going for the defense, I feel like this is going to be a stop for Dallas, even though Buffalo needs this, but I don't see it coming.
A very fair assessment. Snap here, looking, rolling out to the left, throwing, and it's into the stands with that one. He went up high, and that's going to force the 4th and goal on an awful pass.
He was wide open right there, kind of running down the seam in the slot position. I think him rolling out to his left kind of threw him off a little, and he just sailed on him wide open, missed opportunity.
Field goal attempt here.
Yeah, it's good to get at least some points instead of nothing. That's very, very disappointing.
And there it is. 3 points on the board for Buffalo. The quarterback hangs his head while the kicker raises his fist in victory. A loss for some, or a gain for others. And crushed at the 24-yard line. Dallas will begin their drive there on a 21-yard return.
All right, let's go see if Dallas is going to come out running again towards the sidelines with Elliott. I don't see Buffalo handling Elliott today at all. If this is going to be another Elliott drive like the last one.
Handoff right out of the gate, trying to get out to the left side, hung up on his own guy and taken down at the 24. Elliott right back to the line of scrimmage and no further.
That was a great push by that outside defensive end there, kind of holding his ground and not letting that offensive guard push him anywhere, kind of stopped him from sneaking out to that side.
Beautiful run, gets out to through everybody and all the way to midfield before finally taken down. Huge play there. Real quick, just want to give a shout out to everybody who's given us a host over on Mixer, Langell Shane's Gaming, Colby, and a new follower, Ray. Thank you for the follow. Congrats on your season tickets here at TPC Sports. What a run there by Elliott.
That was great blocking up front, and what a tackle save by the free safety. Did not think he was going to get over there in time, even though he had that corner chasing him. Great, impressive run by Elliott, and he's just going to tear this defense apart today, looks like.
It was really, I can't agree more. That blocking was exceptional, and on top of that, Elliott, these guys are so well practiced, and you can see it. Not only was that great blocking, but the second that he stepped up into that block, Elliott knew to cut back right then. It was almost in perfect sync, in perfect tandem to cut back in and get around the outside, or the inside as it were, and pick up those big yards that way.
Totally agree with that. And these wide receivers, one of the hardest jobs for them is blocking because they're not used to it, and they're just doing an amazing job today.
Great throw over the middle here. Another exceptionally run route. 4 receptions on the day already for the big man, and another big one there, picks up a first down.
Yeah, here in the second quarter, 4 receptions already. And you could see that Buffalo defense sneaking up a little, no help over the top from the safeties, because they're worried about Elliott right now, who is just running all over them. You know, it looks like it was going to be a sideline game for Elliott, but these last couple runs he's done, he's gone up towards the numbers, and it's just they can't handle him right now.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Prescott in the shotgun takes the snap. Fake handoff, nobody fooled, and he goes down way behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 15 on a big loss.
Blitz right up the middle from both linebackers. Nobody was there to help him out with that running back. Kind of just trying to make him bite on that play action.
2nd and 15 now, 2-minute warning. Prescott directly behind the center, one way off to the right. Man in motion from the right side of the line, back towards the center, then cutting back out. Handoff fake, looking downfield, throwing into coverage, and this one is wrestled down. He holds on to it. Are you kidding me?
What a play once again. That's like the first pass that we saw coming in the last drive they had, with the safety looming over top. A well-placed ball, had to place it perfectly, and he did. Impressive.
How he held on to that, I don't know. Lateral out to the left, getting out to the corner, and picking up a first down again on another great outside run.
That is very, very, impressive, especially on the short side of the field. A lot of people in that situation would kind of change the run pattern to the large side, give them a little more room. But that inside guard is just demolishing at the defensive line.
Calling an audible here at the line, doesn't like what they see on the current play. Gonna switch it up for something else. The snap, waiting, patient, throwing, and this one easily swatted down.
Yes, great defensive front there. Kind of just dropping back, fooled her a little, and just gets the hand on it.
2nd and goal now with 1 minute exactly left to play. They've made it through the red zone. They've made it into the red hot zone, the 7-yard line. Handoff out to the left side, and one guy not fooled. That's all it took. Timeout, Dallas.
I probably would have kept the clock moving a little, just because Buffalo knows they're going to come out with the zone defense. I would have gotten it down a little bit more. 50 seconds. Probably would have gotten it down to at least 40 seconds, and then hike the ball. Because Buffalo still, with 3 timeouts, has plenty of time to at least get a field goal in their next possession.
Curl route caught, but steps out of bounds. That's an incomplete and a little jaw-jacking in the end zone, as Cooper not able to pull that one in and keep his toes in bound.
Yeah, that's right. She didn't go the curl route on that one. That curl route was wide open.
I believe there were curl routes on either side. She went with the right side just as he curled, but it was just a little too far on the lead throw and missed the other guy who was wide open. But regardless, able to punch it through with a foot and keep this a 7-point game, 10-3 with 49 seconds. Buffalo with all their timeouts, and as you said, them taking that timeout left Buffalo with more time.
Yeah, easily could have just let the time gone down. We could be looking at maybe 15 seconds right now, maybe even less than that.
Trying to juke here and taken down pretty quickly. Got past the first guy, but there was just too much coming at him, and he'd taken down at the 22-yard line. 44 seconds on the clock. Let's see what Buffalo has to do here.
We're going to see how they play this. They're going to know that Dallas is probably going to go zone. They ran zone all last drive. Hopefully they can use it to their advantage here.
Oh, wow, a good throw over to the right side. Timeout immediately as he's taken down. That's a first down. Moving the ball to the 40. A great juke. If he had had a little bit more speed, the second that juke was over, I think he could have been gone, but Dallas coming in from behind and taking him down.
Very smart play by that safety. If you notice, he kind of hesitated and migrated towards the sideline to kind of push it back towards the middle to keep that clock moving.
Interesting choice here by Buffalo to run it up the middle. Picks up 5 yards and forced to use a timeout with 35 seconds left. Only one more chance to stop the clock. Snap here. Throwing over the middle. Big yards. They may end up with at minimum a field goal.
That was a huge play. And once again, just eating that zone up right now. No help in the center of the field as the safety split off. But they had no choice with that receiver streaking down the sideline. Impressive play.
Very, very well done. I'm wondering what's happening here as far as the clock management goes, just letting the clock tick down. I imagine they can get one more play in here, and then we'll need to use that timeout to kick a field goal, depending what the outcome of this play is. And instead, they'll just take their timeout.
That is very, very poor clock management. A little confused on that one. They had the opportunity to at least go possibly a shot for the end zone if miss.
Instead, they'll settle for 3 and make this a 4-point game. 6 seconds remain on the clock. Dallas with both their timeouts. I don't imagine they're going to have time to use them both. So we'll see what happens here on this kickoff. Right to the edge of the end zone. Going to be brought back out to the 20, the 30, and knocked down hard with 3 seconds left. They may just take a knee here.
Knowing the way that Elliott is running, I would probably just give him one opportunity. Just give him a nice little toss to the outside, but at the same time, we don't know how her luck is. I don't know if she wants to kneel it or risk it.
Looks like she's going to bomb it. Waiting. Launching this one to the 20, and it's intercepted. And this is why this is so dangerous. He's got a whole lot of field. Luckily has absolutely no moves and is taken out at the 46. But wow, was that dangerous.
That was worst case scenario. Almost worst case scenario. Could have easily ran it back.
Absolutely devastating it could have been. Regardless, it is going to reflect in the stats at the end of the game. So we'll need to keep that in mind when we're looking at those stats, that was just a long bomb that didn't actually result in any points. Taking a look at the games around the league coming up. We can let you know exactly which games are going and when. We have this week, tomorrow, the Texans versus the Patriots at 8:30 Eastern. Saturday, 2 games, one at 6 and one at 7:30, the Lions-Bears, and then the 49ers Ravens. And finally, at 7 p.m. on Sunday, the Vikings versus the Seahawks. Star-studded. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, because you do not want to miss any of these games.
Really excited for that Texans-Houston's game. They kind of have a small little rivalry going on.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely excited about that as well tomorrow.
Yeah, as we know that Houston has not forgot that game-winner drive by Brady with that nice last-second touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone to Cook, and it's going to be interesting. It's always a fun game between those two. They play them hard.
A great run back this time by Buffalo all the way to the 34, and they're going to start this drive sitting in some good field position. Quick pass out to the right side. Didn't fool anyone. He had absolutely no blocking again, and Beasley is going to take a loss on that one.
It's almost kind of like it was a good thing you did that. You know, the first time that I've seen Dallas really bring the pressure to him, sending both linebackers coming up the middle. Great play, but no execution for Buffalo. Dallas's defense been stepping it up when they needed to, and they came out, showing their muscles here on that first play.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Offensive line strong to the left side, 1 in the backfield. They hand off to him, driving forward to the 38, plowing through a guy, but taken down in the process. 3rd and 6.
I have to say that's the first time that I've seen him run with the ball to his chest. He usually has that arm out with the ball in the hand, which can be very, very costly.
Throw here over to the left side on another really good route. Perfect timing. And Buffalo getting back in sync, moving the ball nicely. All the way past mid-mark now to the 47.
You could almost see that it was a late rotation by the linebackers. It almost looks like they bit. And they just didn't get over there in time to cover that under curl.
A handoff. Looked like he reversed back to the right on the counter, but immediately taken down. He had some good blocking at first, led up on the block, and just got crushed.
Yeah, I think he saw that linebacker coming up, and he got scared, and he thought maybe that defensive lineman was going to fall or something because he just let him go right at him.
Snap, patiently waiting, throwing over the middle, wide open, finding the gaps now in the zone coverage, just like you were saying earlier. Really big opportunity here for Buffalo as they keep this drive moving forward clean and quick.
I feel like Dallas would be a little more successful in their zone if the linebackers were to drop back maybe additional 3 yards, cover that middle gap.
Expert analysis right there. Tripped up by his bootstraps. If he had gotten past at one man, he might have been gone, but instead, no gain.
And that is a shoelace saving tackle. There was nothing but green grass at the end zone after that.
Great run here, pushing through some guys, picking up 5 yards. Not quite what they wanted, I'm sure, but 5 yards, nothing to turn your nose up at when you're driving through the belly of the beast.
And that was a all-out blitz. It looks like came in up the middle and kind of just took the only hole that was available. That acceleration speed paid off for him right there as he was to get there before the blitz arrived.
Had a wide open man on the shallow cross and wasn't able to pick him up, threw it very wide to the left, almost into the defense's hand. We saw that in the first drive, and we're seeing that now, and it's resulting in a lot of forced field goals instead of touchdowns in situations where they had easy options.
That is very, very true, and that was one of those cases we don't know if he was trying to go for the slot receiver or that tight end kind of coming across the middle, but either way, a huge missed opportunity for him.
3 points is 3 points. Waving this one off just on the edge of the end zone. Very, very scary in an EA game. A lot of times I've seen it happen. You wave it off, you take that step forward to pick the ball, and you step on the 1 yard line, and that's where they spot it. So very lucky for Dallas on this one by my estimation, because I've had it happen to me.
Yeah, that was I was a little nerve-wracking to watch that.
Handoff getting to the sidelines, taken down at the 46. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, that's okay. And you can see that defense just not getting to the sidelines fast enough. And we're going to see if they're going to maybe possibly spread out the linebackers a little bit wide. This is all runs seem to be going towards the sidelines.
1st and 10 now from the 46, trying to cross midfield here on this play. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Prescott in the shotgun with a man just to his left. Nope, switching it all up, stepping up to the line. Man from the right to the left, tight end onto the offensive line on the right side. Snap, handoff right up the left side, absolutely wide open, and finally taken out at the 28. What a great run. I don't know what the hell Slangel saw there, but she saw something and ate it up.
I think what it was is we kind of went back. You could see the linebacker on the line from the start, which just showed that he had every anticipation of blitzing because he just came with the rush. So she went against that, and it just left everybody wide open as it was kind of a man zone situation.
I formation, lateral out to the right, getting some room, and finally taken down at the 19. More great running. Elliott, 122 yards so far.
You just see that she is just running against that weak side of the defense. I'm starting to realize that whenever she sees the linebacker, the outside linebacker up against the line, she is just running the opposite way, whether it's the short side of the field or the long side of the field, and it has been working for her.
Snap, handoff, has tons of room right up the middle. Huge gap, and finally spun down at the 9.
Elliott is going to have a monster game, as we said in the first quarter, coming off a 300+ yard game against the Patriots, and it's just carrying over into this game.
And the superhero red hot zone, the 9 yard line, next stop, end zone.
Yeah, I feel like Dallas really needs some sort of points here. It seems like even though they are in the lead, they haven't scored in a while.
Handoff here, taken down at the 10. 2nd and goal now.
Yeah, the outside blitz coming in strong, just a step too late for Elliott. And great pressure coming from that right side of the defense.
Oh, what a block. Did you see the block that made this play possible? Oh, my goodness. Watch this replay. Unreal.
Looks like that was the guard that pulled off next to Witten that just came through and leveled. I want to say that was the linebacker that was trying to come through here and just made it a wide open hole.
Absolutely. And you can't overlook the running capabilities here. The ability to read that, see that block immediately cut up, and then cut over to the right to avoid the guys in the end zone coming towards him. Speed, agility, and some great defensive blocking. Dallas has it all. And 7 more points on the board.
That was a great overall drive. It was just straight mixture between pass and run. We can't even say which one was the better of the two because they were both amazing.
17-9 is the current score. Still, one drive can separate these teams. This one kicked to the edge of the end zone, brought back out, rolling through the first guy and being taken down at the 28. 22 seconds left here in the third. Buffalo about to start a very, very important drive.
Now, if I was Buffalo right now, I would look at this drive as the most important drive of the game, because I feel if you don't score any points here, you put yourself in jeopardy of possibly losing the game, because right now they have not been able to stop Dallas with their passing or their run-in plays. So they have to get at least a field goal and try to at least get a stop. But if they come away with nothing on this, Dallas might have it in the bank.
Throw over to the right side, holds on and goes down at the 32. Quick shout out to everybody who is a Patreon of this league. Darth Travis, The Meter, Dino 911, Commando Slippy, Turbo Taco, Bama Shocks, Steel, and Kiv Style. This community is 100% funded by the fans and players. So without you guys, this does not work and we cannot produce at the level we do. So thank you all. And of course, everybody who donates their time as well, just like you do, Irish Bear. Thank you guys, everyone, for all that you do to keep this functioning properly.
That's no problem. And we just saw a very great play coming here from Buffalo. If you notice, they're kind of marching down the field, 2 great plays towards the sideline, trying to keep that clock stop. Now, if only we saw that at the end of the second quarter, I think the scoreboard might have been a little bit different.
That's a very fair assessment there. We're going to see what happens here because there's still plenty of time to affect that scoreboard. Throw into the stand. Someone going home with a souvenir on that one. Not a very good throw. And we've seen a couple of those tonight from the Bills.
Yeah, one, I think the first one that we saw from him was the most costliest, wide open receiver in the back of the end zone and just overthrew him. And this one, not as, deadly, but it's still a huge miss.
Throw here over the middle, moves the ball to the 50-yard line. Very well done once again to keep this drive moving forward now in a 3rd and needing a first down situation. 3rd and 3, really big play right here.
This is a huge, huge 3rd down, maybe because they are at the 50-yard line with about a little under 6 minutes left, 5.5. I'm thinking maybe 4 down territory.
And the player-controlled defender shakes his guy, fills the gap in the middle, and takes down the runner. 4th and 4 now. What an exceptional play by Slangel once again.
Oh, yeah, the hole was there, but she just kind of just said, get off of me, and just bull rushed right to the side of him and kind of just filled that hole, so he had nowhere to go. And that was going to be a close first down, but instead it is a punt.
And this one going out of bounds at the 17. Dallas going to start in not awful position, being in the lead, having all their timeouts. Not that they would probably want to use those, but 5 minutes left on the clock. They can chew a lot of clock right now. I hope they're hungry.
Now, if I was Buffalo, I would be pressuring the outside with any kind of linebacker help, maybe throw in a corner blitz at some point. Just got to watch those outside runs and then come back towards the middles. Because you know that Dallas is going to be running the ball here. They've been running all over Buffalo all day. They're going to have to come up with some sort of plan to stop them.
How does Elliott do it? Right up the middle. 2 guys come in and crush him on either side, and he just keeps moving like nothing happened.
It's almost like they've already given up. That pump fake and the draw is a deadly mix. As you saw, everybody dropped back, and there was a giant hole that you probably could have, as Madden said way back in the day, you could have driven a freight truck through there. Huge, huge hole.
Absolutely beautiful running all day. This has been a clinic these past 2 weeks by Elliott on how to run the ball on good defenses. And it does not stop here. There is 4 minutes left. The chew clock offense on the field. Well done on the clock management. Run attempt up the middle and not a lot of room there. Just 2 yards gained.
Yeah, this is definitely all Elliott's game right now. And now we're going to see these linebackers are going to stay in their position as they did on that last drive. Kind of just held them to the only 2 yards. And that's what they should have been doing all game. And let's see if they continue to do that.
I formation, getting out to the right side on the handoff, trying to cut back in. And as she saw the right side was cut down, and the inside was cut as well. 3rd and 3 now after a pretty decent run there.
Very, very good run. As you can see, those coming back to that great run that Elliott had earlier, great blocking all the way down. The receivers were doing a fantastic job, and once again, receivers holding the outside edge for Elliott to escape to.
Huge, huge stop here. His 8th tackle, Hyde, able to come in big and force a 4th and 2. They're going to have to punt this one away now.
That's right. And it looks like Buffalo is going to get the ball back with roughly 2:20 left. And essentially, they're going to get a free timeout with the 2-minute warning and their 3 timeouts. So they're really coming away with this with a final drive with 4 timeouts left. This is going to be it's going to be one heck of a final drive for Buffalo.
Interestingly, does not try and kick it towards the sideline at all. Right down the middle into the end zone. And going to give Buffalo the ball on the 20.
That was a very, I don't want to say poorly punt, but at the same time, you got to see what Dallas is looking at in that scenario. You know, don't want to risk anything of a punt going off the side of the shoe.
Oh my goodness! Had all day, found his man, and it bounced off his hands and almost into the hands of Dallas, who was wide awake for that one.
It's one of those scenarios. Once again, I want to say for the 3rd time in this game, where we don't know who he's throwing to, either the running back coming out or the receiver down the field.
Throw over to the right side, wide open. He's got his man and taken out of bounds. There's a free timeout as well. What an exceptional play to get the big 26-yard reception and stop the clock.
Just simple route run by that tight end. Famous in the NFL, just go up and then just cut diagonally towards the sideline with the receiver streaking down the sideline to pull that corner away. Works beautiful that round. And also getting out of bounds was a huge plus. And we got to remember that, yes, Buffalo needs a touchdown, but it also needs 2 points on top of this.
That's a very good point. Great throw here. Another first down. That was between 3 defenders. Picked the perfect spot to drop the ball. Wow.
Now it looks like they are going to run this down to the 2-minute warning here. So they're in great position. They have their foot down on the pedal, just going all out right now, and they're not even trying to run the ball or anything else.
Buffalo, 1st and 10 from the 36. Final 2 minutes of the game right here, right now. Little throw over to the left side, taken down at the 30-yard line, keeping the ball moving. Hurry up offense, stepping back into the shotgun, the snap, dropping back to the 40, looking, throwing, wide open. There's a first down, trying to cut back in. The ball through the red zone, into the red hot zone, the 8-yard line, another snap. Looking into the end zone, throwing short. This one's caught, and he walks it in. Touchdown, Buffalo!
Yeah, those 3 plays back-to-back by Buffalo, huge. No pressure coming from Dallas, and Buffalo just kept on throwing those nice medium over-the-middle passes, ate him up. But here it is, the big 2 points.
Thrown into the end zone, it bounces off the dirt, and that is an incompletion. They trail by 2. We're going to see an onside kick.
He had him, and it's just another missed throw. That is at least 4 missed throws today that could have easily been caught.
Onside kick into the hands of Dallas. Really, really big plays coming up right now. 3 stops with all their timeouts. Buffalo could theoretically get the ball back.
If they use their timeouts properly, looking at, I want to say roughly around 45 seconds, they'll get the ball back. And then once they receive the punt and get lined up, you're probably looking at 30 seconds to do anything with. But then again, they only need a field goal.
And off to the outside. Timeout immediately after taking him down. There's no gain on that one. 2nd and 10.
Great perseverance by that linebacker, shaking that offensive lineman right off of him to stop him. The edge was there, but he took it away.
Switching up the play at the line, has the time. One out wide on either side now. Snap, waiting, looking, throwing over the middle. This one's caught. There's a first down. And what I think will be the end of the game on that one.
Very gutsy call, throwing it with the linebacker right there, but waited for that other receiver to cut to get that easy first down. And like you said, that may possibly be the game. 1 timeout left. And right now it's looking like Dallas is going to sneak away with this win.
Lateral out to the right, getting some decent blocking, but being picked up from behind. Another timeout with 57 seconds left on the clock. They can't stop the clock anymore. If Dallas takes 2 knees or 1 knee, they can run the clock down to the last couple of seconds. Very, very close here. I think they're going to try and go for a first anyway. Might as well run a run play.
if we saw anything about what they possibly might call, we'll just go back to the last play of the second quarter where she ended up throwing the ball. Fortunately, it was an interception, but I think she's going to be a little bit smarter at the end of this game.
A kneel here after letting the clock run down would end this game. We'll see what her decision is here. With a 2-point lead, it's like she'll just do a little run here. And there it is, trying to get out to the right side, getting past the first guy, cutting back in. There's a first down, getting past the second guy and walks it in. Touchdown, Dallas!
What a cutback to the center, and that just put the icing on the cake, and Dallas is going to come away with this win. And great blocking all the way down the field, as you saw guards, tight ends, receivers, everyone doing their job today. And that was just showed how immaculate they did. As you see in the replay, look at that offensive lineman at the 14-yard line and a receiver down in the end zone with nobody to block. It was that wide open for Elliott. Another amazing game for him. And it's just 2 games in a row now. Elliott is a force to be reckoned with.
They went into this drive trying to chew clock and ended up adding on to the scoreboard, taking more points home with them. An exceptional job. AT&T Stadium is loving it.
Very true. And now it is a 2-score game. So even if they got a quick score here, the odds of getting an onside kick is, as we know, the odds are very low here with the new rules.
This one, there's no coming back from this one. That's just too out of reach, but I think they're going to try for a long bomb anyway. Let's see what happens. Deep and out of bounds, and one more play in them with 4 seconds left in the game.
Very shocked to see him kind of throwing towards the sideline. We've seen him throw towards sidelines all day today and just miss the wide open receivers.
Snap, waiting, standing at the 15, bombing it downfield to the sideline again. This one out of bounds, and that will do the game. 15-20 for your final. Congratulations, Slangela and the Dallas Cowboys on their victory. What a game.
Elliott running all over that Buffalo defense. 2 weeks in a row now, we've seen impressive blocking, impressive running by Elliott. And that is something that everyone around the league is going to have to take into effect. How is Elliott in this offensive line going to be stopped?
I'm really excited to see somebody do it so I can learn how to do it, because I have no ideas right now.
I mean, it was just impressive all the way around. I mean, it was perfection blocking, like I said, from the offensive line, the tight ends, even the receivers were just holding their guys, just making sure that they had the cutback lanes, and it's just impressive.
They shut down the Bills' running game, 16 total rushing yards, but they ended up throwing for 231 yards. Had to do everything through the air. The Bills did a great job. They did better than I did against Slangel. They just didn't do well enough to overcome the very consistent Dallas. Look at the scoreboard, 7-3, 7-7. Every period, every quarter putting up points, almost always with a touchdown, the one time with a field goal. Really, really impressive.
And we just have to ignore that one turnover being the Hail Mary try at the end of the second quarter, even though it almost kind of seemed like it was going to be a very bad decision. But unfortunately, the guy running it back really didn't know which way he was running. But those stats there, as you can see, Buffalo forced to throw, and it was just not there for the quarterback, missing wide open throws up and down the field all day. One of them actually being a answering touchdown in the first quarter, and he just overthrew the ball.
And of course, missing the extra 2 points on the 2-point conversion attempt didn't put any pressure on Dallas. Then Dallas could sit back and wait instead of having to drive downfield hard. Not that it would have mattered if they finished the way that they did with putting a touchdown on anyway. But regardless, it could have changed the complexion of the mental state of Dallas if they had had that pressure.
Most definitely, and I believe that was actually the first pass that he underthrew all game. Was the 2-point conversion. I mean, we're talking about him overthrowing everybody, and then when it actually mattered, he underthrew a wide open guy on it looked like it was an easy curl route, maybe a three-yard curl route. But very, very disappointed for Buffalo. But Dallas, once again, run game is immaculate. And that defense actually held up pretty good. We're talking about all offense, but that defense kind of shutting down the run game, which just kind of just told them, hey, you got to throw us, you got to outthrow us, which unfortunately they couldn't.
More expert analysis from Irish Bear. Thank you so much for joining me in the booth. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm really excited to have you on board.
It's been a pleasure indeed, and definitely look forward to it.
And congratulations to Slangela on her victory. Stay tuned to TPC Sports for later on this week. We're going to have more games Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will have games, football and hockey tomorrow, football Saturday and Sunday. Be there because you are not going to want to miss it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and drop that follow, like, or subscribe wherever you're watching. This has been a broadcast of TPC Sports, and from all of us here, my name's Meter. I've been joined by Irish Bear, and I hope you all have an outstanding rest of your night.